Hi, and welcome back for another review. Today I'm going to review a true classic and a masterpiece on top of that. And this game goes down on everybody's top 10 RPGs of all time. And today I'm going to review Final Fantasy Chronicles on the PS1. And it has Final Fantasy IV, which is Final Fantasy II here, and Chrono Trigger. So today I'm going to review Chrono Trigger for the PS1. So let me start off by saying that this review will be entirely spoiler free. I've made a new game just to show the very beginning of the game, so you can put all those worries aside. This is a spoiler free review. Chrono Trigger was released in March of 1995. And it was developed and published by Squaresoft, which is today Square Enix. Now the storyline in this game is actually really good, and especially the setting. I find that you don't really see any of this in modern games today. So for the storyline in this game, your name is Chrono, and your mother wakes you up one morning to go to the fairgrounds, and one of your best friends is an inventor. And you get up one morning and you say, okay, I'm going to go to the fairgrounds. And as you're going around, you bump into this girl, and her name is Marl. And she wants to hang out with you. So you do several things, during the fair. And eventually you go up and you go see your friend, the inventor. And she invents a machine that can teleport from one pod to the other. So after Chrono goes, Marl decides that she wants to try it, but something goes horribly wrong. Her pendant starts glowing, and eventually there's an interruption, and she gets sucked into time. And everybody panics, wondering what the hell's going on. And Chrono decides to put on the pendant and, start up the machine and find out where she is, because Chrono wants to go and rescue her. So from there on, you got this crazy epic story that spanned through, the past, present, future, the dinosaur days. Like, it's absolutely amazing what this game brings you through. So that's why I mean by, this game has a setting that no other game has. The fact that you go through all these different locations is really unique to this game. For the music in this game, I have to mention that this is like one of my favorite soundtracks in any video games. The music is absolutely spectacular in this game. The music is made by Nobuo Uematsu. If you don't know who he is, he's the one that made pretty much all the Final Fantasy. Everybody knows, the classic tunes from Final Fantasy, so you know what to expect in this game if you know who this guy is. Now, even though this game is old, I find that it didn't really age at all, because this game really at the time pushed what the Super Nintendo could do. And as crazy as this sounds, this game boosts like a crazy, something like 256 color palette. So it really pushed what a cartridge at the time could really do. There's some awesome, castles you're going to see, and some great outdoor environment you're going to see, and lush forests, and I mean everywhere you're going to go in this game, you're gonna be wowed by some of the views for sure. For a 16-bit game, this is one impressive game to look at. The controls for this game are very simple and very easy to pick up and play. Now, also one big thing that really changed the RPG scene forever, I have to say it's because of this game, because it showed a different type of combat that's never been seen at the time. You actually see the monsters on screen, and all you have to do is touch them, and then your character and monsters are going to get into position, and then it's almost like a real-time fighting system that happens right in front of you. So it made for some very fast-paced combat for the time, and it was absolutely amazing to see this happening in real time. You have several really cool characters in this game, and you can only have a party of 3, but what made this game really unique, it was the double or triple attacks that you could make at the same time. Each character has some special elemental for magic that they could use, such as Chrono could use lightning, Luca could use fire, Marl was more like a white magic, you know, and etc. So as you level up, you'll earn new magic, and then you'll have new skills you could use. So like Luca could throw fire at Chrono's sword, and Chrono will land a hit that will increase the damage. So to really get the full effect of this combat, you know, it really encouraged you to level up and try different combinations, and the results were always amazing. Now I have played this game quite a bit, and I finished it many times because there is multiple endings you can see. So I would say, you know, if you want to do everything on your first playthrough, I'd say it's about a good 40 to 50 hours on your first playthrough. Now in terms of difficulty, that depends, you know. If you're like me and you like to grind and level up, you're not gonna find much of a challenge. But if you're just trying to breeze through this game, you're gonna get your ass handed to you for sure. So in terms of difficulty, it's not a very difficult game. Now I am reviewing the PlayStation 1 version, and the only thing that I really don't like about this version is the fact that there is loading. The Super Nintendo, you know, when you went into the menus, it was right away. When you went into combat, it was right away. The PlayStation 1 version, every time you go into the menu or you enter a house or anything like that, you know, there's always like a certain few second pause before you can go on. So I find that very annoying. So my suggestion to you, if you really want to try out this game, there's multiple ways that you could get this version. You don't have to go and pick up the Super Nintendo version, which is going to cost you between 80 to 150 bucks. This game has been re-released several times. You could find it on the PlayStation Network on your PS3. It is on Android or iOS. And there also is a Nintendo DS version. And all those versions has the cutscenes from the PlayStation version, which were not included in the Super Nintendo version. And you also have access to some few of the extras, such as, you know, you do have a theater mode which you can watch all the cutscenes again. You know, you unlock all the music so you can listen to your favorite tunes. There's also a dictionary, you know, for monsters and weak points and stuff like that. So it's some really cool extras there for sure. Now for the good stuff, I mean, it's got everything in this game. It's got great combat, great music, it's got a great story, great control, great graphics. I mean, I can't really not find anything wrong with this game. Now for the bad stuff, like I said, the PS1 version does suffer from loading a bit. They're not very long loading, it's just that everything just about that you do in this game will have some sort of pause. So it is annoying, but other than that, the other versions that's been re-released don't suffer from that problem. So there you go, that is my review for Chrono Trigger on the PS1. My review does cover all the other re-release. It's just the difference, like I said, it's the loading time on the PS1. I find it's annoying, but I mean, it doesn't matter which version you choose, you're going to get a great experience. So the next time I will be reviewing on this disc set Final Fantasy Chronicles. It also includes Final Fantasy IV on here. So that will be my next review. So I hope you all come and check it out. Please come in and subscribe. And thank you for watching again.